Hi, my name is Bibek Adhikari. I am your English instructor. In today's class, we are going to solve the speaking portion of Unit 6, that is, giving advices. So, let's begin.
Right, we are now going to start the speaking portion of Unit 6, that is, giving advices. So, in this section, we'll study about some dialogues and try to analyze the structures that are used while giving advices. Right, here is a short conversation that goes between Sujal and Sabdik. Sujal says, "Hi Sabdik, can you make my computer work?" And Sabdik replies, "I'm afraid I can't. You can get Robin to repair your computer." So Sabdik replies in this way using the structure "I am afraid I can't," and he then adds something, and what does he add? He says, "You can get Robin," someone else, "to repair your computer. I'm sure he is the expert." So this is giving advices, first being negative, saying that I can't help you, and finally letting the person know who can help him, right? It's like that. So it's not directly, giving advices. It's something like first saying, I don't really know how to, make the computer work. So, "Hi Sabdik, can you make my computer work? It's out of order, it's not working. The display, there seems to be something wrong with the display." Sujal questions like that, and Sabdik replies, "I'm sorry, I cannot, because I'm not an expert when it comes to, when it comes to maintaining computers. I don't know much about computers, so you can get someone else, probably Robin, because he's the computer teacher, or maybe he's the computer engineer," right? Let's study the second example that's given in the book. So this is the second example that's given in the book. I have modified it a bit. So let's study the conversation that goes. Sriza says, "Silpa, can you get my food prepared? I'm hungry." And Silpa replies, "Sure, what would you like to eat?" Sriza says, "Oh, just the usual, rice and curry would do." Silpa goes back and says, "Alright, I'll do it," something like that. So that is how the conversation ends. So it's more like, making a polite conversation, saying, "Yes, I would do your work." This is more like agreeing and disagreeing, right? Someone says, "Alright, can you prepare something for me because I'm hungry?" And you reply, "Oh yes." Someone else says, "Can you, work on my computer? Or can I work on your computer?" And you reply, "No, I'm afraid you cannot, because right at the moment I am typing a letter." Something like that. Now, another idea that we are going to use is called using causative verbs. So this is a bit different from giving advices. It's called using causative verbs to get things done. To get things done, right? Using causative verb to get things done. So how do you use causative verbs to get your things done? So let's start with the first one, number A. I need some photographs to fill up my registration form. I need some photographs to fill up my registration form. How would you reply? You can have your photos taken in a studio. You can have your photos taken in a studio. That's one way of using causative verbs, right? That's one way of using causative verbs to get things done. You need to do something, right? The first one is you need to get some photographs. You need some photographs to fill up your registration form. And how would you reply? You would say something like, you can have your photos taken in a studio. Or you can get your photos developed in a color lab. Now the second question is, I have cracked teeth. How do you respond to that? I have cracked teeth. You can have your teeth scaled at a dentist. You can have your teeth scaled at a dentist. You can get your teeth braced at a dentist. Same thing, I'm just using the different structures, that's all. In the first sentence, I have used the have structure. In the second, there's a get structure. Now, if you remember the structures of causative verb, you must remember the structures of causative verbs. There are different kind of causative verbs, right? So, have without any agent takes a V3. Get without any agent also takes a V3. So, I have cracked teeth. How to get things done? You have a cracked teeth. And how to get things done? When you respond to that, you say, you can have your teeth scaled at a dentist, or you can get your teeth braced at a dentist. Same thing, just the structures are different, that's all. Moving on, there's another question. My hair is too long. My hair is too long. How would you get things done now? You can have your hair trimmed at a hairdresser's. Or another way of saying the same thing is, you can get your hair cut in a saloon. So another way of saying the same thing. My hair is too long. You can have your hair trimmed at a hairdresser's, or you can get your hair cut in a saloon. Let's try another question. Number D. I need a new suit. I need a new suit. Now the response would be, you can have your suit made at a tailor's. You can have your suit made at a tailor's. Another way of saying the same thing is, you can get it done at a tailor. Same thing, only the structures are different. Pretty easy. Now let's go to the last question. Number E. The sole has come off my shoe. The sole has come off my shoe. The first way of making a polite response to that is, you can have it repaired at a cobbler's. Another way of saying the same thing is, you can get it made at a shoe makers. You can get it made at a shoemaker's. Cobbler and shoemakers, same people, means the same thing. Right, now there are some questions for your homework. So this is the homework. All you need to do is you need to use some causative verbs and make some statements. This section is all about getting things done. And the question is, where can you have these things done? The first one is, your car washed. Where can you have your car washed? The second one is, your eyes checked. Where can you have your eye checked? And the final one is, your sink fixed. Where can you have your sink fixed? Right? I guess you can solve these questions pretty easily, because all you have to do is you have to use some of the structures and solve this question. These 3 distinct questions, right? So with this, we have come to end of today's class. If you have any questions or suggestions regarding this video series, feel free to write us at learning@deerwalk.edu.np. Thank you.